Julian coming back. Julian's going to come back and do gold for us. Julian, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, mate, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Ainslie has had a couple of little local difficulties. So, guys, you've got me, and I'm just going to try and just share my screen here and get gold sorted out. So, let me tell you the Julian way of doing looking at gold, which I'm sure will be slightly different to what Ainslie normally tells you guys. But I hope you can just bear with me as we run through it.
Here's your screen coming in now, mate. All good.
Okay, cool, guys. Okay, look. So technicals. Okay, I've got on the screen. We've got in front of us. This is a daily chart, and this is two things, right, that I have to immediately point out to you guys. Number one, so the Bollinger Bands are widening, right? That's a pretty key bullish signal. Okay, so when you have this widening of the bands, that suggests two things. Not that volatility is going up, it suggests the market is becoming one directional. So we need to really focus on that. Secondly, are we above some moving average lines? Yeah, you look at the 10-day, you look at the 20-day moving average, we're above it. Both of those are bullish signals. Okay, so from an analytical point of view, we can say quite easily that gold is in an uptrend. And let's just look at the bars. We take off the technical picture and we try and look at some of the bars. Let's see if I can hopefully just kill them. I don't know if I can kill these things. Hang on. Here we go. Let's get rid of all of that and just go straight back to looking at the bars here. What do you see? Okay, you see, conveniently for everybody, I have posted the up bars as in green and the down bars in red. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight up bars in green. Okay, this is about as strong a definition of a trend as you get. Does that mean we're going to have an up day on Monday? I have absolutely no idea, guys, and I'm not sure that we should try and think about it that way. What we're looking for, because we're in a uptrend of a kind, is to try and manage to try and pick up gold on a retracement if we believe it is in a uptrend. So from my perspective, when I look at this, it seems very clear to me that we're heading up. We've got lots of closes in the top of the range, lots of opens that are below the close, and lots of closes in the top end of the range. So very strong set of buy signals in there. Combine that with those technicals, we see the moving averages, like I say, 10-day, 20-day moving averages sitting well above those lines. Bollinger Bands breaking out. Okay, it doesn't get any better than this. So the question is, what do we do? Well, that's why you guys all have trading methodologies. Use them for the time being. The trend is up. We're seeing an acceleration of the trend that we saw over the course of the last 3 to 4 weeks. And we're now starting to see the market move ahead. Why don't we have a quick look at those miners I was talking about? Okay, so I just want to show you one thing for those of you that don't have an opportunity to go back and see my report. Let me just see if I can make this a bit bigger. Okay, this is a weekly report, a weekly chart of the GDX, which is the ETF for the large gold miners. Again, looking at the weekly chart here, you've had one down week in amongst 5 up weeks. Okay, so again, a trend is starting. Try and find another analog for that elsewhere. And you sort of go, oh, look, there's one here, and look what happened to that trend. Looking for it elsewhere, you try and find some analogs. That was only a small correction there. We're really struggling to find this type of directional move 6 weeks with only one down week. You're starting to see some really positive price action. When was the best time to buy? Look, it was obviously in the gold stocks, that retracement we had a couple of weeks ago. We're looking at here, right now, is on that weekly chart. We've seen this 1, 2, 3 corrective 4, 5. Are we anywhere near any kind of resistance? That's the next question you ask. Well, let's have a look, right? You know, we've got a lot of work to do here, right, to get this market rocking and rolling. If you're looking at the GDX, you've got to clear 36, you've got to clear at least 30, 39, and then you have to think about targeting that 40 level. That would be, for me, on the miners, the key place. When we go look at the gold chart, what are we looking like in the underlying metal itself? Clearly, 1917 is our first point on the weekly chart. There's our initial target. Why is it a target? Well, because, guys, we've cleared everything else, right? This is the definition of what a breakout looks like. Where are we wrong? We're wrong if we go back inside this range. So we take out the lows of last week. We're probably wrong for the medium term Wrong for the short term, I mean, maybe still right for the medium term, but wrong for the short term in terms of the gold market continuing. So think about it this way. Your stop loss is the lows of last week. Everything else beyond that, what you're looking for is probably heading up to 1920, maybe testing those highs up at 1960, and who knows where it's going to go beyond then. I don't want to paint too much of a bullish picture because I'm not, predicting where price is going to go is not a great suit of mine. What I can see is that we're seeing a positive price action. We've got to enjoy the journey. There aren't many markets right now which are trading as well as gold is at the moment. And that, as everybody on the show has also pointed out, is quite unusual. It's quite unusual given a rise in the US dollar at the same time. So these things don't tend to correlate as well. So that's also interesting as well. So number of different reasons to like gold. I haven't looked at the short-term stuff. Paul, I can probably drill down to the 4 hourly if you'd like me to have a quick look at that, but I think probably that gives you enough of a picture for the time being.
Yeah, mate. Let's. I think as much as it would be nice, I think the 4 hourly, maybe after a weekend, perhaps the timing of that needs to be held up a bit anyway. We don't want guys entering on 4 hour bars first thing Monday morning, right? They need to have a bit of a look at this. I love what you say, Julian. It's an interesting chart, and it's one of these things, where if you're a gold trader, you've had no opportunity now for, well, basically for 6-8 months, and when the opportunity comes, you've got to take it, right? And there's an opportunity there, boy. If you can get it from here, it looks great.
Paul, this is the first positive market in gold since July of last year.
Mate, while you've been talking, I've put some money in my Sharesies account. I'll be buying gold miners on Monday morning. As soon as the US market opens on Monday, I'll be having a look at those gold miners because, as you know as well, we've got a good friend Leon who also has a bit of interest in this kind of stuff. His specialty is gold miners or gold and commodities, and he's also talking gold miners to me, and it makes me think, time to get it. I might be too late, but I'm hoping I'm not too late. I wouldn't mind getting into this.
Look, and guys, if you like the spec side of things, there's GDXJ, which is the junior gold miners. These are the guys who tend to be a little bit more unhedged, so you get a bit of bang for your buck leverage wise with the junior gold miners. So there's two main ETFs, GDX and GDXJ. I'm sure there are others out there, and gosh, if this market trend starts to develop, they'll launch ETFs like crazy. But these are the old family, the old familiar ones that I know very well and have been trading for a number of years. So if you are thinking about gold, without putting a recommendation to anybody's head, I wouldn't go much further than those two.
No, it's one of those things, isn't it? That there's a bit of an old saying in trading. It's that it's never the right time to buy a high unless it is. And I just don't buy market highs. I don't like buying market highs. But every now and again, you look at a chart and think, actually, we'll see how this opens on Monday morning. But I'll be looking for an opportunity to get into this, and it's very rare for me. If it's not Bitcoin, I don't buy market highs, and I don't mind them in Bitcoin because it doesn't really care what the price was 30 seconds ago. Bitcoin, it just goes in different directions. But that's a decent pullback, isn't it? That is a decent pullback. On the,
look, if you look at the bigger pictures, you're absolutely right, Paul. So guys, why don't we just spin this out a second and just let's take this crazy, right? Let's go look at the monthly chart, right? And that, if you looked at that and stuck that on any other kind of chart, if you said that's a weekly or that's a daily, I think pretty much everybody would say that's a consolidation that may be starting the next leg up.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
Probably one of the more positive markets that are out there right now.
Do you happen to know, are you coming back to the oil in a few minutes? You're going to go.
I'll give oil a go if you like, but I don't know if Ainsley's having some difficulty with some things back at home.
Hold on, don't share that. Mate, you're sharing Ainsley's Skype. Just drag it down, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, apologies. So guys, look, I'll come back and do oil if Ainsley's still struggling, and that's fine. We'll cover it then. But I think we got the message on gold. There's no need to go.